The United States has long maintained its political influence in the Middle East. The CCP wants to change that. In August, Beijing brokered the Iran-Saudi deal. In October, Xi Jinping welcomed the Syrian leader to China with open arms. He also met with the Palestinian leader in Beijing in June and the Iranian leader at the BRICS summit in South Africa. When Hamas attacked Israel, shocking the world, Beijing refused to condemn the attack. Its strategy in the Middle East aims to create a new conflict with a united Arab front opposing Israel. This strategy was brought to light by Chinese media, and a think tank revealed that a war in the Middle East is part of Beijing's strategy to tie up the United States and drain its resources before the two superpowers will face off in the Taiwan Strait. But will this strategy work? And what lessons should Taiwan learn from this? Hello everyone, welcome to Israel Talk. I'm Lei. After Hamas attacked Israel, a Chinese government-affiliated media, Phoenix News, published an article describing Beijing's strategy in the Middle East as taking aim at the United States. Titled, "If you touch the Taiwan Strait, I'll touch Israel." The piece said that Beijing's goal is to unite the Arab nations to oppose Israel, to strike at the United States. A few months ago in April, a Chinese military expert, Long Kaifeng, summarized China's Middle Eastern strategy and predicted two developments. China will broker a deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran and an Arab-Israeli war. In the Middle East, China has made three big moves. First, the reconciliation of Saudi Arabia and Iran. Second, Syria has rejoined the Arab League. The third is the realization of statehood for Palestine. The next step is the handling of relations between Israel and the Arabs, which I'm afraid will have to be resolved by war. This commentator, who writes for the Chinese think tank Kunlunce, reviewed Beijing's three wars strategy that will enable China to defeat the United States. The strategy is a repeat of the CCP's three successful battles that helped them defeat Chiang Kai-shek's nationalist government during the Civil War in the 1940s and gain control over China. In the present situation, the CCP will need to instigate three separate regional crises to overtake the United States and achieve world dominance, the author said. The three new global battles are a European war, a Middle Eastern war, and an East Asian war. Currently, the European war is already in full swing, namely the Russian-Ukraine war. The author said that an Arab-Israeli war and a second Korean war are in the making. After these three wars have taken their course, the military and financial hegemony established by the United States since the end of the Cold War will disintegrate. And that's when the CCP will feel confident in having a military confrontation with the United States in the Taiwan Strait. Wu Jialong, a political commentator and macroeconomist from Taiwan, offered his opinion on the CCP's strategy in a recent interview.
So we've observed now that regional wars have become a trap in the struggles of major powers. I call this the regional war trap. This means that it's not a direct confrontation or combat between major powers, but rather they use regional wars to drag you in, entrap you, wear you down, consume your resources, and eventually bring you to your knees. That's the tactic at play.
The relationships between Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Israel is crucial to peace in the Middle East, and behind these three countries looms the confrontation between China and the United States.
What does this signify? It means that major powers such as China and the U.S. are increasingly moving away from direct confrontations to indirect battles. They target each other's foundations, notably the economy, to weaken their opponent Recent events like the Israel-Hamas conflict and the Ukraine war highlight this evolving form of contest among these powers. While nations like the U.S., China, and Russia might avoid direct clashes, the rivalry remains intense.
I explained the CCP's three-war strategy in my live stream on October 10th, so I won't elaborate here. But the question is, will the CCP's strategy work? Yu Zhongji is a retired major general with the Taiwanese military and former dean of the National Defense University's School of Government and Warfare. Here's his take.
Whether it's China or Russia, they are calculating to create the so-called three-war strategy. But will they succeed? I doubt it. Consider Saudi Arabia. It's now aligning with the U.S. and Israel, creating significant pressure on China. Xi Jinping even made a visit to Saudi Arabia in an attempt to curry favor. Moreover, at the recent G20 summit in India, the IMEC Economic Corridor was introduced, linking India, the Middle East, and Europe. This move could completely paralyze China's Belt and Road. Whether China or Russia is trying to stir up conflicts everywhere in hopes of creating a diversionary effect or decreasing American military strength so that the U.S. doesn't have the capability to fight China or Russia, in my opinion, remains to be seen because there are a lot of theories.
The two Taiwanese experts both believe that the United States has been preparing to engage in multiple wars, so the idea of having multiple regional conflicts isn't as threatening as the CCP has hoped.
The U.S. defense was set up to manage two big wars at once, one in Europe, one in Asia, and a smaller conflict possibly in the Middle East. Essentially, the U.S. planned for 2.5 wars together. Now the CCP thinks they can trap the U.S. with their tactics. I believe they are too optimistic. Look at the Middle East. The CCP might aim to trap the U.S., but they could get trapped instead. If the CCP tries to cause trouble in the Taiwan Strait or the Korean Peninsula, the U.S. has no problem handling it. The U.S. can tell the CCP, if you stir up trouble in East Asia, I'll bring down your regime within 2 weeks.
Mr. Wu said that the CCP's plan to lay the groundwork for a World War III is wishful thinking. He said it's the CCP's grand ambition against a very stark reality.
I'd like to add that the U.S. military has long been calculating and continuously simulating how to handle multiple conflicts simultaneously. Just recently, the U.S. Indo-Pacific Commander John Aquilino and Deputy Secretary of Defense Kathleen Hicks mentioned that the U.S. military could target 1,000 locations within 24 hours, primarily using unmanned devices. The U.S. Navy's latest drone boats, unmanned service vessels, Mariner and Ranger, made a port call at Yokosuka in Japan. The combat exercises they showcased, mainly for coastal combat teams, were predominantly conducted with unmanned devices.
The current Hamas-Israeli conflict has allowed Taiwan to study attacks and defenses, learn from Israel, and prepare itself. The biggest concern General Yu has regarding Taiwan isn't hardware or weaponry. He cautioned the Taiwanese about Beijing's psychological warfare. He said the reason the Kuomintang lost the 3 battles in the 1940s to the CCP wasn't the lack of weaponry or training, but ignorance of the CCP's propaganda and psychological attacks. I think not just the Taiwanese, the world at large has completely underestimated the CCP's conniving and manipulative nature.
We just mentioned the Kuomintang's failure in the battles against the PLA. It wasn't because we lacked superior weaponry or well-trained personnel. The setback was the collapse of our psychological defense. In preparing for cognitive warfare, Taiwan must prioritize psychological defenses over new weaponry. If mental resilience fails, even advanced arms won't prevent collapse. The CCP's strategy is to adopt a cognitive approach to subdue Taiwan without combat. Their goal is to weaken your psychological defenses, making even the strongest fortresses crumble from within.
I think to some extent, Israel too has suffered a psychological attack by the CCP. When you blindly follow your enemy's directives and do things to harm yourself, you are the victim of a psychological attack. For years, Israel has shared many of its military technologies with Beijing. China became the world's largest drone manufacturer based on Israeli drone technology. China then sold the technology to Iran and helped Iran manufacture drones. The drones Hamas used in attacking Israel might likely have come from Iran. Israelis were aware of the price they would pay by trusting the CCP. Mr. Wu believes that this is a wake-up call for Western nations.
We have the following observations. The first one is that the Israel-Palestine conflict has knocked down the idea of peaceful coexistence under the globalization framework. Many people, especially those on the left, believe they could coexist peacefully with terrorist organizations, suggesting that we could negotiate and barter with them. This left-wing thinking also exists in Israel. Many leftists, like many Democrats in the U.S., are awakened by the recent attack. Trying to negotiate peaceful coexistence with barbaric, rogue organizations, troops, or nations is futile and meaningless. This conflict has shown us that hoping to negotiate a peace framework or peaceful coexistence with communist, socialist, or totalitarian regimes is impractical and pointless.
I think the lesson to be learned here is universal. All nations should develop a clearer understanding of the CCP's harm. I hope no more human life is lost due to our ignorance. Thank you for watching. That's all for today. Here's my live stream discussion on the CCP's strategies. I'll see you next time.